Hi everyone, I'm Enzo, and today we'll be sharing with you how mi abuelas.
Oh, that's my mom, who taught me how to cook callos. I have mentored him, taught him everything, how to cook the dish too. Now he's going to show us how to do it for all of you ladies.
Welcome to our kitchen, everyone. Callos is a dish that originated from Madrid, Spain, that dates from the 16th century. It is a working-class staple because the dish is packed with protein from the ox tripe, face, sirloin, and chickpeas. Callos also means tread. Mise en place is a French term that translates to everything in its place. This is a mindset for us cooks to essentially prepare everything within hand's reach before starting the actual cooking. We'll be providing you with the recipe sheet so you can follow along as you watch the video. The tripe, sirloin, and the ox face are already tenderized through the process of simmering it until fork tender with bay leaves and peppercorn, with the goal of eliminating the gamey aroma and taste. This also allows us to manipulate the time it is needed to be cooked. Now all we have to do is slice it into cubes as evenly as we can and make sure that the size will fit the spoon you're using during service. It's important to make sure that you don't cook the meats too long because the texture will be mushy and the meat fibers will break down as you stir the dish while cooking. Set it aside after slicing. The ox face isn't a common ingredient. You will notice it sticking to your knife and to the cutting board. Please make sure that your knife is very sharp as you cut through it to prevent any accidents. This is a vital ingredient because this aids in the consistency or the thickness of your sauce. Why? Because it's gelatinous. Now for Spanish chorizo, it's essentially a pork sausage, packed with a lot of different spices, but the main one is usually paprika. This will add a lot of flavor and depth to the sauce we will produce as we introduce it to heat. We're just searing it so we can extract and infuse some of the flavors into the oil and later on use that infused oil as we start cooking the callos. Listen as your enemies cry. After giving it a good sear, slice it diagonally and as thinly as you can and set it aside. Moving on to the vegetable cuts. There are a lot of ways to peel an onion and this is how I do it. I cut off the root 3/4 through, not all the way, leaving a portion for me to hold with my thumb so I can begin peeling from there. Then I slice the top off and peel across to the other end. So brunoise is a French term specifying a vegetable measurement which is 3 mm cubes. And this is the fastest way I know how to brunoise an onion. It might seem difficult at first, but once you get the hang of it, it makes everything easier and faster. It would also help you a lot if you keep your knives sharp. For our garlic, we're just gonna keep it simple and we're just gonna slice it as thinly as we can. As I continue to learn more about food and the individuality of the ingredients, a question was always lingering. How do you perfectly slice a bell pepper? because I always wanted it to be perfect. Later on, I realized that it's not about perfection, but how you take care of the produce given to you. Now, with every ingredient, I try my best to utilize every part of it, making sure that it has its own purpose in the dish. You can get canned chickpeas or garbanzos from the supermarket. Please be reminded to wash and sanitize your canned items before you store it in your pantry, ha? Now this is the tedious part. You have to peel the chickpeas one by one. This is only preference as it improves the texture as you bite into it. Ngayon, kung di mo naman mahal yung pinaglulutuan mo, you don't have to peel it. Okay, luto na tayo. So we're using a big wok since we're cooking a significant amount. It's recommended to use a crock pot though, because callos is a stew. But to be honest, any deep, heavy pot would work just fine. So let's add in the infused oil from the chorizo a while ago. Your onion brunoise. Let it cook. Add in your garlic slices. Your bell peppers. Just add maybe half of it and we'll use the other half for garnish. At this point, I like to add salt as this releases the moisture from the vegetables, making them easier to cook. Now we'll go on ahead and roast our tomato paste. But how do you know when the tomato paste is done roasting? So when you smell it initially, you would notice it's very acidic. So as the aroma dissipates and as the acidity fades away, then that's when you know that your tomato paste is ready and you can move on to the next step. You will notice that the color has changed and some of the tomato paste will stick to the pan. Now I add water and scrape the fond off so that the flavor will be back in the sauce again. And now we're adding the tripe and the ox face. And now we're gonna mix evenly and thoroughly. But all you have to do is keep pushing and scooping, pushing and scooping. The ox face immediate reaction to the hot pan is that it will stick, so you have to add water and keep it from sticking or otherwise it will burn. Add your canned tomatoes, it could be crushed or diced. And we're gonna bring this to a boil and lower down the heat and let it simmer. For our seasonings, we're gonna place a lot of sweet paprika, parmesan and black pepper, then we're gonna add back our chorizo. And the secret ingredient, cocoa powder. This will add to the richness of the sauce. Also, it will add a little bit of color. At this point, you can season it to your preference. You can add magic syrup, you can add betchin. Or you could add parmesan to thicken the consistency of the sauce. But now it's your dish. My parents, Gugu and Willie, and as well as my sister, Ate Iya, love this dish a lot, as it serves as a reminder of how Lola Maming, mi abuela, loved us. Thank you for listening and allowing me to share